Week 4 lecture, Research, Gathering Information. Congratulations! Last week you brainstormed ideas on 3 topics and came up with interesting thesis statements for ideas you are excited to talk about. Now let's get some supporting evidence to strengthen your positions. What have other people said or done that adds to your thesis? Do current events indicate that your ideas are important or popular or correct? Is there research with statistical data? Is there legislation that will forward your suggestion? Are there professional organizations that share your perspective? Once you've outlined information search questions, you have ideas of the key words and phrases to use for your information search. Even with this focus, there is a certain amount of trial and error to the process. Sometimes you find information that perfectly answers a question you are asking, and sometimes you arrive at a dead end, reading material that doesn't pan out, or produce information you can use. This is the process that helps you hone your thesis statement in case you prefer a different slant on your topic. Locating and evaluating source material. Take a tour of the various libraries you may want to visit, including the LAC library resource areas. What is the scope and nature of what is available to you through eBrary, LIRN, ProQuest, and reference lists? What libraries will you be able to visit to gather and review print materials? What access do you have to electronic sources? The first rule of collegiate research is, don't use Wikipedia. Why not? Because it has questionable credibility, meaning you don't know if the information there is accurate or not. Virtually anyone can put information into Wikipedia, so you have no idea if its writers are qualified or honest about what they contribute. Similarly questionable are blogs. Again, because virtually anyone can contribute to them. More and more frequently, you will find what looks like a reasonably professional article with a blog beneath it. Consider using information from the article if you think it's accurate, but avoid what is in the blog. Who is considered to be credible and accurate? You should favor reputable news sources, governmental agencies, peer-reviewed journals, books and articles written by people trained and educated in their subjects, professionally sponsored publications, etc. In all your LAC classes, be sure to ask your instructors about the credibility of a source if you are unsure. Although it is not always possible to know the reputation of who is sponsoring a source, they will have suggestions and guidance for you, especially within the business, healthcare, and criminal justice industries. Besides being credible, you want to ensure that the information you are using is timely. The number of teenagers who dropped out of high school in 1995 is not of particular significance unless you are comparing it to an earlier or later point in time. Similarly, you want to think about relevance, how well a piece of information contributes and pertains to your thesis. Or might it be off the point? If you are discussing the cause of homelessness, it is a concern that many homeless people do not receive adequate health care, but this does not pertain to the causes for why people become homeless. Lack of adequate health care pertains to effects, not causes, and therefore is not purposeful for your topic. Bias can be difficult to ascertain because you may not be aware of the interest a source has with regard to an issue, professional status, commercial profit, political gain, etc. Often you can present information that you know is biased if you present equal evidence of the opposite bias. In this manner, you may argue for the side you support without looking uninformed. Finally, you want to consider whether using a piece of information is ethical. You may have first-hand knowledge of a teenager who killed classmates in an auto accident, or of a homeless person who used to be a college professor, but would it be ethical to use their names in an online class discussion? There are untold possible consequences that could occur if someone else in the class had a connection to either of those individuals' families. In a similar manner, you may not wish to promote some research information because of its potential to harm. Your job as a college student is to know how to find effective information and use it purposefully. To do that, you want to know what is credible and accurate, timely, relevant and purposeful, unbiased, and ethical. As you proceed further at LA College, you will also need to gauge how much information is sufficient, whether you have collected enough information to effectively support your assignment. At this time, however, the first 4 qualities are sufficient. Citing information sources. As suggested in this week's summary, if you haven't already done so, You should read the style guide available in my toolkit. It is crucial for the integrity of your personal and professional reputation to credit the people and places from which you receive ideas and data. Failing to cite your sources is plagiarism, whether or not you intend it to happen, and may result in failing an assignment, failing a course, or expulsion from LA College. Your instructors understand that you may not be familiar with citation and reference procedures and are happy to help you learn them. Nonetheless, you must make continued progress in mastering these skills, which will not only demonstrate your personal integrity, but also put you in a distinctly more professional category on the job when you need to make reports and investigations.